Hey guys, welcome back to Cedar Porch Homestead. I'm JR and I'm here with my two lovely assistants, Bailey and Ashlyn. And today we're talking about incubating eggs here at the homestead, because what better way of homeschooling our girls than to walk through the whole process of how eggs hatch and raising baby chicks. So we haven't done this in 9 years. And I remember as soon as the eggs were hatching, Bailey had to leave. And Ashlyn was too young to really remember very well. And the incubator we were using had a tiny little viewing window. So we went with the Nurture Right 360 because it has a 360-degree viewing window. You can see the whole process of the chick hatching. And that's what we hope to accomplish here. Now, one of the issues we did run into is a great friend of ours here in town has some white leghorns. We want to raise some purebred white leghorns, so we have some fertilized eggs from him. But we've had a lot of rain, and they're dirty. You want to show them, girls? Now, you're not supposed to wash your eggs. You're not supposed to clean them before you incubate them, but we have to get a lot of this dirt off. So we're going to walk through first how to get all this mud off, and then we're going to set up our incubator. Like I said, these eggs are absolutely filthy. So what we're going to do to clean these and still preserve the hatching ability of these is we're going to turn our hot water on and let that heat up. We want that water to get up to about 105 degrees, or our lazy way of doing it is when it's hot. Now that our water is hot, we're not going to put our egg directly under water or submerge it. We're just going to take a damp paper towel, wet it, bring it out, and just gently try to get as much of the debris off as we can. And if they're a little bit dirty, that's not a big deal, but we just want to get as much of the big clumps so that they turn and they're not so prone to having bacteria or other things go inside the egg. Now, the reason you use the hot water is because eggs are actually a permeable membrane that will allow things to go in and out. And by using the hot water, it's more likely to draw out from the egg rather than allow the egg to draw this debris and nastiness in. I got those eggs all cleaned up, and as you can see, they're much cleaner than what they were. I didn't go down with like a buffing rag and get them super clean, but just got all the major debris off because I didn't want it to scratch the eggs, crack the eggs, break the eggs, or do anything that's going to compromise the eggs other than, I mean, if they don't hatch, no big deal, but you'll never see this video, right? Okay, we're gonna unbox this Nurture Right 360 with my helper here, Miss Bailey. So go ahead, Bailey, let's see what we got. Instructions. I'm not gonna be like the typical guy and throw those away. We're gonna read those later. There you go, 360-degree viewing. It comes with a tray for the eggs. I know those little trays right here, you can get like smaller ones for quail eggs, which we might do later. But overall, pretty good. Seems pretty self-explanatory. So I've got a spot over by my chair, and we're gonna set it up. All right, y'all. This thing's actually pretty neat. So comes in just a couple pieces, and then that is a removable bottom there. So not a whole lot of moving parts as far as that goes. There we go. All right, so this is your power cord. plugs in there. And then this is actually attached to there as your egg turner. Spin it around and plug her in. All right, so we're gonna let that heat up to 99.5. That's all the factory settings on it. That means the egg turner's on. It already comes set up at 21 days, and that's how long it's going to take to get a chicken egg to hatch. So when that heats up to 99.5, we'll put some eggs in there. And right here is an external port to keep the humidity. So we want that humidity to be about 50%. So as this heats up, the humidity will drop. And then they have this right here, which is a little vent that controls that humidity as well. So we're gonna leave that open right now to make sure everything's dried out real good. When that gets down to 50%, we'll close that vent and we'll add water as needed. All right, here we are. We are at temp at 99.5, between 48 49% humidity. This little cheat right here, because you have the A cup right there for your water for the humidity. Little turkey baster or injector right there with some water. So we didn't get a lot of spillage. Little cheat right there. All right, so Miss Ashlyn's gonna put the eggs in. Put them around the perimeter, I guess.
Does it matter which way they go?
Put the other 6 opposite of them. And now we're gonna plug that back in. So it cooled off just a little bit, but that'll heat right back up. And we're gonna test the all right, 21 days.
Yep.
All right, I'm here with Bailey, and we're gonna be candling the eggs on day 6 to see if we're actually getting any growth. And we're gonna be using the candler actually on top of the Nurture Right 360. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. Let's do it. Look at that, that's got good veins. Mm-hmm. All right, why don't you grab the other?
Here it is.
All right. I mean, but like that one. No, I see strong veins on that one. Oh, for sure, that one's a keeper.
Nice.
Yep, keeper. Keeper. And dud.
Yep.
Look at that one. So out of a dozen, 1 dud.
Nice.
All right.
Wow, that grew a lot. Oh, I see it moving.
Oh, look at it.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
All right. So just mark where you started, and we got to go all the way around.
Oh, Oh, that one definitely is. Aww.
What are y'all doing this morning?
Checking it because it's starting to keep out.
What day is this?
21.
Yeah, so what's supposed to happen?
They're supposed to hatch today.
We're gonna find out, huh? Good morning.
Good morning.
So we're on day 21, and as you saw earlier, the girls were up bright and early to check on the baby chicks that are hatching today. So what you're looking for is for the little pip. So that's when they break their shell for like a little bitty hole. And that's because they've run out of air inside their eggshell and they're trying to take a deep breath. So on the Nurture Right 360, there's a couple things you need to do about 3 days out from when they hatch. One is you need to take the tray out that spins, because the incubator doesn't spin that tray anymore anyways, and the eggs are going to need a little bit of room to move around because they kind of rock and roll as they're starting to hatch out. Also, you need to make sure that vent is completely open so that it can get the airflow that it needs, and you need to take that little bee tray out so that you can get the humidity level up to about 70%. And it's got a lot of great information inside the little manual, but 65 to 75% humidity in there, they say is fine. We're gonna find out, because I will say the drawback that we have found where we're at, it was very difficult to keep the humidity level perfect the whole time. We had to add water every morning and every night to make sure that it stayed in that like 50%, 55% humidity during the whole hatching process. But I'll show you some real close-ups. And also, if you listen real close, you might be able to listen to them cheap. And that lets you know that there has been a debate inside our house whether or not they cheep or they chirp. So you go ahead and let me know in the comments below what you think they do, cheep or chirp, because we want to know. Help us solve this household dialogue. Intense fellowship, whatever you want to call it, we need to know. Chip or chirp? Leave a comment below. So we're going to take a close look at the humidity levels and the temperature and see how that's looking. So we're at 69%, still at 99.5. Our vent is all the way open here. As you can see, all the way open. Our water reservoirs are wide open. And we have a chirp. So right now we only have 3 or 4 that have pipped. It's first thing in the morning on day 21. So we are going to just see what we can get to hatch, and we'll show you along the way. So we're on the morning of day 22. We've had 3 hatch completely. They're dried out, so we're going to move those to the brooder while we have 2 or 3 other eggs that have pipped. So we're going to see if they can hatch today, but these are all fluffed out. So we're going to move them to the brooder outside and see if we can get some more of these eggs to hatch unharassed by their brothers and sisters. So let's get it done.
Are you shaggy? Are you shaggy? I think you're shaggy. How much shaggy's going first?
All right, there we go. And go ahead and pull the old eggs out too and throw them in the box. You have to hustle, baby, so they don't.
Sorry. Got eggs too. Let's go. Just throw them. Just throw them in the bucket. She was so scared. No.
Okay.
Oh, you can't see it, but the whole.
Oh, I do see it. Okay. It's like one more good push.
I don't know. Oh, you got it. Hold on. There we go.
Oh my gosh, it just flipped out.
Aw.
As you can tell, we were super excited to hatch our new baby chicks in our new incubator. Unfortunately, the 5 out of 12 that did hatch are not going to be our leghorns. We have a family coming today that's going to be picking up these chicks to start their own backyard chicken journey. So if you have any questions, comments, as always, leave those below. If you hadn't had a chance yet, hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and follow us because we're coming out with content about once a week, and we have some exciting stuff coming up in the spring, this summer, and we'd love to take you along on the journey with us. We'll see you on the next video. Thank you so much.